policy is to appropriate $67,300 to lower the KP2 and to keep the $12,000 for water revenue. That's it. Does the Finance Committee have a recommendation at this meeting? The Finance Committee recommends town meeting must remember $25,000 was given in a warrant article last year from this position, along with $10,000 in the fiscal year utility budget column. So it was funded last year for $35,000 as a consultant expense, and now we're bringing it in-house. Will be made as a consultant expense. We're going to check the board selectmen as the last bill. The selectmen recommends. Gentlemen over there, did you have a point? What did you say?
On the warrant here states that these costs recommended is $31,300.
There's a reason for that. Perhaps the chair can answer that in a separate ballot. It was because we just voted down on a $36,000 salary, and therefore the town administrative people to type the recommendation for people to recommend to vote that down. Continuing this consultant position would have to be part of that expense. So the reading report exceeded what this bill took. Mr. Chairman. The town meeting members might want to remember that unlike the school budgets, we are a line-by-line appropriation, and we don't have the flexibility of funding positions such as business manager or superintendent or whatever. We have to, what we appropriate in a line item is all we can do with that line item. The expense won't be any more, it may be less, and it can be turned back to the general fund. And by town meeting having the liberty on the general government to go line by line veto, you actually could end up hurting the function, the overall function of the general government. And so I just want you to remember that and realize that if we could go line, if we didn't have to go line by line, we'd be more flexible in providing a local service in all areas that you people deserve. Thank you. I would urge everyone to take serious consideration to this expense article and vote favorably for it. What is not shown on the warrant was mentioned earlier. There's $25,000 of an article last town meeting that was applied to this area. If you add that $25,000 to the FY92 code under line 22, that's a total of $65,000 that we spent this past year in this area, and they're now asking for $67,000. Failure to fund this area will shut down the data processing, will create a lot of the will turn the town hall into chaos associated with our information system getting billing out and everything else, and this is a very hard and some of the subject matter that we talked earlier when we talked about the finance directive. So again, I would urge you all to vote favorably for this particular line item. Mr. Billups. Please take the name of the blessing.
How much will it cost, just so you know, for an ATT type system for billing payroll and other things that will be done by this data processing method that you mentioned here?
If we were to send out our entire accounting operation, which is what this supports, we don't know what the cost of that will be, but for specific pieces that we've looked at for services through banks and the like over the last 2 years, we've generally found that those services are more expensive to render as opposed to doing them ourselves, even when you take into consideration the loaded salary costs, meaning salary costs plus benefits, insurance, and that sort for town employees. Even though the services are good and adequate, there are very few of them that the municipal They're very flexible, which has been our experience in investigating that, and they do tend to cost more. That's the thing that I think that's all. We'll follow up with the Bills, and then Mr. Sandberg.
Basically, I would like to ask how essentially it's a legitimate. The reason I ask this is because I know all businesses are moving that way because they have these trial users. If you go to the county commission to this county for the business, what work has been done specifically, not generally, but specifically to find processes?
Mr. David, do you wish to answer the question? Yes, as I mentioned, we looked at some of the tax collection services and accounting for those services through the banks that we've been using, and what we've done is we've partaken of some of the services, not the full range of services, in order to move a lot of the traffic, the heavy volume processing outside of the town hall so that we're not handling a lot of paper ourselves. But one of the things that we've looked into more specifically lately is the consideration of bringing all of the bill processing, the payment processing back into the town hall because we are of the opinion at this point in time that for the price that we're paying for those services to be done through a bank, although we haven't finally or fully analyzed this at this point, there's a good chance that we can perform those services ourselves at less expense. Now, we haven't looked at a full range of accounting services, and we're not averse to doing that, but we haven't been on that track for the last 3 years. We've been working on our own system that is going to meet more very specific needs.
By the way, I understand the answer to the question is there has not been specifics available to the town administrator.
No, that's not the answer that I gave. There are a couple of areas that we looked into specifically, but we haven't looked at the full range of accounting services. We've been on a different mission in that regard. We've been attempting to build our systems internally, and remember that we went from a very expensive computer-operated management information system just 2 years ago, in fact just a year and a half ago, into a much less expensive system that we have right now, but we don't have it fully operational, and we don't have it meeting our needs at this point. So what's the phone doing? Mr. Moderator, ladies and gentlemen, as the town administrator indicated, the town has computerized. We have changed systems, which ought to be more efficient, but unless we are